Lowering your grocery bill is no easy task, but cutting out a few meat meals a week, swapping them to meatless meals, is a really simple way to lower your grocery bill with not a whole lot of effort. And that is something I've really been focusing on lately, is upping the amount of meatless meals we have without getting tired of them. I don't want to eat the same pasta with red sauce or Alfredo or anything over and over, right? So in this video, I am sharing my top favorite meatless meals that help me save money on groceries easily, that are tasty and delicious dinners that you are actually going to enjoy eating even as a meat lover. My husband loves all of these meals, and he's definitely a carnivore, so these are husband approved meatless meals also. This recipe is from one of my favorite recipe websites called Budget Bites, BYTES, like computer bites or whatever those things are called. It is super simple. I have adapted it from nachos to tostadas in this recipe, and I did that because I had tostadas on hand. That is one of the main ways I save money, is by using up what I already have on hand. But it is just black beans and a can of Rotel, aka tomatoes and green chilies, and then some taco seasoning, and you cook that up and then you put it on tostadas and you add all your favorite toppings, and it is so good. We have this probably at least once a month, either as nachos or as tostadas. For some reason, I did not do a very good job of filming the tostada part on here, so pardon me, I am not great at that part of YouTube yet, but I'm working on it. So some of the toppings we like for these tostadas are sour cream, cilantro, red onion. Pickled red onion is really good. I do a quick pickle where I just have vinegar and water in a jar, and I slice up the onions and put them in there for as long as I can, but it doesn't have to be an extremely long time, but just that extra little step takes these over the top for sure. And avocado or guacamole, of course, is always delicious on any sort of Mexican flavored dish. You just have to schedule your life around your avocados being ripe, right? I always toast the tostadas first, just to get them crunchy where they don't get soggy from any of the toppings. And then I top them with the black bean mixture and then put cheese on top, and they come out with this deliciousness. You can see the toddler version on there with just a little bit of the toppings. And then yeah, I did a really bad job of recording here too, putting my arm in front of the camera and then being really far away. But whatever. These are a super easy and delicious meal that is meatless and pretty cheap, and that's what you're watching this video for, not my filming quality. Now this one is definitely in my top 3 favorite meatless meals, and I have tried this recipe for chickpea curry a few different ways, and this is the most delicious way in my opinion, using a full can of tomato paste. And I found this hack on the internet where you open both sides of the can of tomato paste and it slides out really easily. But again, my filming was off and you can't see me doing that. So sorry, but that's what I'm doing, is opening both sides of the can of tomato paste to make it slide out easily. And yes, I used the whole can of tomato paste and then the can of coconut milk, and it makes the smoothest, creamiest sauce. Some recipes call for cans of diced tomatoes, but I like just these two, and it's really simple. And then I have found the right spice for our taste is 2 tablespoons of garam masala and then 1 tablespoon of curry, and then a little salt and pepper to taste. And if you are spice averse, you may need a little bit less spice than that. Also, that is not garlic powder in that container. I bought the giant container of garlic powder from Sam's, used it all up, and then had a pouch that I bought of the garam masala, and didn't have anything to store it in, so I used that container. All right, and this is the topping, the ginger yogurt that you put on top of the curry when it is all done. So you just chop up some fresh ginger really fine, mix it with the yogurt. I add a little bit of salt, not sure if that's traditional, but I feel it makes the flavors pop, and it is so good. Honestly, the ginger yogurt on top is one of our favorite parts of this super simple meal. But when I set it up in the crock pot, I like to make the ginger yogurt also, just so the flavors all have time to meld while the chickpeas are cooking in that delicious sauce. All in all, a very simple recipe, even with making the additional topping. And here it is. I forgot to take a video of the final product, so here's a photo in video form. This is another very tomato forward meal, but it is super delicious and so simple that I think you will forgive me for having similar flavors in these meatless meals. This is called pizza beans, and it is seriously stupid simple. It is a couple of cans of white beans, a couple of cans of tomatoes, some seasoning, and then you top it with mozzarella at the end. And it is so easy and so simple. And my husband, who again, it's a carnivore for sure, loves this recipe, and he can even cook it, and he love him to death, but he's not a great cook, and he can totally make this meal. I do a mix of white beans and Great Northern beans, and then a mix of fire roasted tomatoes and Italian tomatoes, the tomatoes with like oregano and stuff in it, and I have found that to be a really delicious combination. I also showed that Italian bomba sauce from Trader Joe's, and that is just really good if you like spice. A teeny little bit of that mixed in when it is all done, like when you serve yourself, is delicious. And we like to have this with some homemade focaccia. It's such an easy meal that I can make the homemade focaccia and it's still an easy meal. Or you can just do naan bread, garlic knots, whatever, something to soak up that delicious sauce. It's not the prettiest meal to record and show, but it sure is delicious. There's my husband stealing some of the tasty sauce. But yeah, super simple and delicious, but yeah, not the prettiest meal on the planet. Okay, I promise my next meatless meals video, which I already have planned, has less tomato heavy recipes. If you hate tomatoes, I'm sorry, but I promise the last one in this video is not a tomato meal. But you've probably seen or heard of the viral baked feta pasta that was really popular on TikTok a few years ago. I make this one also once a month probably. It is so good and so simple. You can find this written out recipe probably a million places over the internet, but my version I use pesto because it just tastes better than straight basil. And this time we were trying to be a little healthier, so I did it with white beans. This was not in the same week as the pizza beans, but I definitely like the pasta version better. So, you know, that's what we're doing from now on. The fact that it's meatless is healthy enough, right? All right, and as promised, a non-tomato forward meal. There's no tomatoes in this one at all. This one is also inspired by Budget Bites. It is spicy coconut stir fry. Yes, that's what it's called, spicy coconut stir fry. It has ginger, coconut milk, lime juice, sriracha, peanut butter, and garlic, or at least my version does. Oh, and a bit of brown sugar, and then the vegetables I prefer with it to make it simple for one thing. But I do a frozen package of broccoli and let that start cooking first because it's frozen. And then we like red bell peppers and carrots along with it. Sometimes I will buy shredded carrots so I don't have that bit of effort myself, but it is cheaper, of course, to do it yourself, to shred up those carrots yourself. But yeah, sometimes if I want to make the meal easier, if I've got a really busy week or something, I will just buy pre-shredded carrots. I had the bell peppers already chopped and frozen, so that was a shortcut this time. So I am doing the carrots myself. You'll see that here in a second. But yeah, another tasty, delicious, easy, cheap, meatless meal. If you want more videos like this, leave me a comment and be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications for all of my money-saving recipes and videos that I've got coming up. If you need to cut your budget like all of us right now, I hope that this channel will be a place where you can find plenty of tips to do so. So yeah, subscribe and check out my next video, and then check out this previous video that I have up on the screen now.